Local 4 News begins right now with a breaking news alert.
First at 4, breaking news on a bridge collapse. Several cars are trapped underneath. Rescue operations are happening right now. This is happening in Miami, where several people are reported dead after a pedestrian bridge near Florida International University actually collapsed. Rescue crews are working frantically on the scene. Witnesses say multiple cars and people are trapped underneath the 950-ton bridge. This new $11.4 million bridge was just installed Saturday morning and intended to connect the school to the city of Sweetwater. We are told the bridge was built to allow students to cross that street more safely, but now it's collapsed, creating a very dangerous situation. We are hearing from people who have seen the destruction up close.
I couldn't even process it. It was like, are you kidding me? What just happened, you know? And to think that all of those poor people are under the bridge, and to me, it looks like they've all passed away because the weight of the bridge, you can only see about a foot of each car under the bridge.
Now, that woman we just heard from says if the light she was waiting at actually turned green just a few seconds earlier, that could have been her under the bridge. For the very latest, let's take a live look at the picture from the scene. High above, you can see all of the emergency vehicles and fire rescue people working this horrific accident. We are told students from FIU are on spring break, so the campus may have been less crowded than usual. We are still monitoring events in Florida. We'll bring you updates throughout the next 30 minutes and, of course, on clickondetroit.com. Closer to home, take a look at this guy. He's from Fenton, and he is facing some serious charges, accused of threatening to kill a co-worker. He is a 58-year-old Stephen Chalice. Investigators say he sent an email to co-workers saying one person was going to die, but they would have to decide who would be killed. He worked at Nextier Automotive in Auburn Hills. The Genesee County prosecutor and FBI held a news conference late this afternoon to talk about the case. Local 4's Rod Maloney is tracking this investigation, and he will be live from Auburn Hills with the latest tonight at 5. It was a close call today for a Roseville police officer. That officer was working on a crash on I-696 when his cruiser was struck. It happened on eastbound I-696 near the ramp to eastbound I-94. Police say a 40-year-old woman was driving under the influence of narcotics when she crashed right into the squad car.
Seeing a lot of that now as marijuana becomes more available out in the streets of Michigan. With the opiate crisis, we're seeing a lot of prescription drugs that are out there.
Michigan State Police say they also found 2 vials of urine stuffed inside the woman's bra for an upcoming drug test. The driver remains in police custody. The officer was not hurt. Let's talk weather in today's first forecast. That winter chill, oh, it is still hanging around, but there could be some relief this weekend. So let's bring in Andrew Humphrey for the very latest. Hey, Andrew.
Hey there, Karen, and you're exactly right. Just got to be a little patient for those higher temperatures. Yes, it feels and looks like winter out there. Here, let me stop 4 Live radar. See these bits of blue showing up? Yes, we still have snowflakes that are flying around. We talked about this yesterday. Some flurries that are now popping up as we speak here in the Pontiac and Waterford area. A little bit more numerous in northern portions of Macomb County. You can see here just to the north of Romeo and along the I-69 corridor. Once you get into Lapeer County and parts of St. Clair and Sanilac County. Here in Detroit, clouds overhead. That morning sunshine looked and felt nice though, didn't it? Still need to bundle up. 36 degrees. It feels like it's in the 20s when you factor in these winds of around 14 miles per hour. Later on this evening, these snow showers fade away. We'll talk more about tonight's forecast, that sunshine and higher temperatures for this weekend coming right up.
All right, thank you, Andrew. Tensions are rising right now between the United States and Russia, with new sanctions and disturbing new claims about the American energy grid. The Trump administration is accusing Russia of a new and ongoing Russian operation to penetrate the energy grid. The feds say they have helped companies kick the Russians out of systems they had breached, but are warning companies to be on alert. Also today, 19 Russians have been slapped with new sanctions, including the 13 indicted by special counsel Robert Mueller for interfering in the 2016 election. President Donald Trump facing some serious questions this afternoon about how he negotiated with a longtime American ally. The president caught on tape seeming to brag about making things up during a conversation with the Prime Minister of Canada. Kimberly Gill in the newsroom. And Kim, this just happened last night.
Karen, you're right. It did just happen last night. Good afternoon to you. The audio tape obtained by NBC came from a fundraiser in St. Louis, as you said, held last night. During that event, the president seems to admit that he made up information while talking about trade with Canadian leader Justin Trudeau. Take a listen here.
This guy, good-looking guy, comes in. Donald, we have no trade deficit. He's very proud because everybody else, you know, was getting killed with him. So he's proud. I said, wrong, Justin, you do. I didn't even know. Josh, I had no idea. I just said you're wrong. You know why? Because we're so stupid.
Well, the president seems to be saying he had no idea if the claims he's making to another world leader are true. According to the Commerce Department, the claim is not true. It says the U.S. ran a $2.7 billion surplus with Canada for 2017. But today, the president tweeted, quote, "We do have a trade deficit with Canada, as we do with almost all countries, some of them massive." So the president continuing to contradict the Commerce Department. Karen, the comments come at somewhat of a delicate time as the Trump administration is trying to renegotiate NAFTA with both Canada and Mexico. So you have to wonder, and it remains to be seen, what kind of impact, if any, it will have on his credibility during those negotiations. Karen, we'll keep you posted. Until then, we'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right. Thank you very much, Kim. First at 4, we're on top of other stories making headlines across America. Let's go to South Carolina, where the sister of Charleston church shooter Dylann Roof is free on bond right now, accused of bringing weapons and drugs to her school. Morgan Roof was charged with possession of marijuana and 2 counts of carrying weapons on school grounds. She also made a post on Snapchat that had her fellow students pretty concerned. She was arrested by the school's resource police officer in possession of marijuana, pepper spray, and a knife. Back in June of 2015, her brother Dylan walked into a church with a handgun and shot and killed 9 people. In Southern California, you can see the result of a heavy overnight rain. A pair of mudslides covering the road in both directions. 6 cars had to be freed from the mud. Officials say the road will remain closed until the mud dries and can be removed. Luckily, no injuries have been reported. After months of speculation, Toys R Us has made it official. The Oconic store is closing its U.S. operations. About 740 stores will shut their doors. That affects some 30,000 employees. Toys R Us says it will honor gift cards for the next 30 days. So if you do have them, make sure to use them. Babies R Us stores are also closing, but the registry will be maintained in hopes of selling that asset. Meantime, the demise of Toys R Us makes you wonder how smaller mom-and-pop toy stores are managing to survive. Changing tastes and online shopping have made the market so competitive. Our Paula Tutman checked in with one local favorite to see what it does take to survive and thrive in this time in our community. Paula.
Hey, Karen. Well, the first thing you notice when you walk into the Toyology in Rochester Hills, and incidentally, there are quite a few other locations, but the first thing you notice is you see people. It's not cavernous. You don't have to look for someone to help you. They're not going to pressure you. They're going to say, hey, can I help you? And they're going to move on with their work until you need their help.
I'm in business to make people smile.
The owner of Toyology, Eric Clark, says competition? What competition? He neither fears nor worries about the closing of Toys R Us or the 3 cents difference in price wars at Walmart or Target.
The day Toys R Us kind of made their announcement that they were kind of going to start closing stores, we actually signed a lease on our 5th location, hired 3 more additional people that same day.
His competitive differential, he knows there will always be a market for brick and mortar stores because sometimes you absolutely positively need something yesterday, like Carol.
It's my first time. I found him on the internet just because I was looking for a certain toy. I needed this toy like by tomorrow.
He's also nimble. It doesn't take him forever to react to trends. And so when kids see it on TV or even online, he has it in his store before Amazon can get it to your door.
Getting in on trends when things are hot, it takes some of these bigger retailers 3 to 6 months to make some of these purchasing decisions to get those products on the shelves. So now here at Toyology, we can focus on trends immediately and make sure that we have those products on our shelves the minute those kids are seeing them on the internet.
And of course, where you might have to walk down numerous aisles to look for help at a big box, that's not the case at Toyology.
And did you want this wrap today?
Yes.
You got it.
They're very prompt. If you need any help, they're right there, and they'll help you if you want to find something for a particular age group.
So yeah, very helpful. Every time I've been here, it's been awesome.
We pride ourselves on getting to know your kids' names, your kids getting to know our names. We want your kids coming in here giving us high fives, us giving them high fives on the way out.
Love it. It's fun.
Yeah, you know what? The service thing is big, and I don't think that's a big surprise. A lot of people know that about small independents, mom and pops. But I think the big thing that he said was really being able to stay on trend. The bottom line is when you need it until Amazon can get it to you yesterday, you've got to go to a brick and mortar. In the meantime, Karen, if you want a cat, this one doesn't eat much and it doesn't shed because it's a puppet.
Very, very cute. I love that story, and I love the concept of being ahead of the trends. We'll have to check it out. Thank you, Paula. Still ahead, a bar owner fights back. Customers try to dine and dash, and they probably never expected what he would do next. And it is caught on tape. Meantime, Dr. McGeorge is here. Hi, Doc.
Hey, Karen, in good health, another reason for women to exercise, and this one has a connection to your brain. Plus, it's a mistake that too many parents are making when it comes to storing medications in your home. The one step you should be taking to protect younger children.
And we continue to follow a bridge collapse in Miami, Florida. Vehicles trapped. Police say several people are dead. This is happening near Florida International University. Students and everyone else are being told to stay away from that area. Rescue operations going to take quite some time. Stay with us for updates.
Look, Ma.
First report tracking this bridge disaster in Miami, Florida. This is a live picture from the scene. You can see the devastation. Numerous rescue workers are responding. Fire and EMS trying to save who was under that bridge. The 950-ton bridge was brand new, actually installed over the weekend. We're told several people are dead. Florida's governor on the way to the scene. We'll have more updates during this newscast. In good health, a warning for every parent about the medications in your home and your children, plus another reason for women to exercise. Dr. Frank McGeorge is here to talk about both stories.
Yeah, Karen, we'll start with the connection between staying physically fit and your brain. A new study, actually, from Sweden followed nearly 200 women for 50 years, and it found those who were very physically fit during middle age were nearly 90% less likely to develop dementia. And even if they did develop dementia, the women who exercised developed memory problems 10 years later than women who were more sedentary. And by the way, being physically fit in this study did not mean you had to be a super athlete. It just meant exercising on a regular daily basis and staying healthy.
That's encouraging. It really does make a difference. All right, let's talk about the new numbers on children and medicine poisoning, because this is eye-opening.
Well, definitely. I think one of the things parents need to remember is that child-resistant does not mean child-proof as far as packaging goes. So new numbers from Safe Kids Worldwide shows that half of accidental medication poisonings involve kids getting into child-resistant packages. Also, every 9 minutes a child goes to the ER after getting into medication, and every 12 days a child actually dies. This is something that parents do have to take very seriously.
So what do the experts suggest in terms of handling the medicine, storing it?
Well, I think kids are intrigued when they see something. So the main issue is really keeping them out of sight. If they can't see it, they're less likely to think about it and try and get into it. But the fact of the matter is, Safe Kids found nearly 70% of parents are not keeping medications out of sight. So kids can be tempted to get into the medications. And of course, I think that's just something that you can do easily just by keeping them out of sight, keeping them locked up, and not relying on packaging to keep them out of their hands.
It's hard too because the colors, they're always orange and purple, and they look like they're fun and fruity.
Right. Not so much.
They need to make them all looking bad, but then the kids won't eat them. Take them, right? All right, thank you, Doc. Let's go over to Andrew for another look at the forecast. What's up, Andrew?
Hey there, Karen. We've got some snowflakes that are coming down, not across all of southeast Michigan, but in some parts, especially north of 8 Mile, got a few flurries that are flying. You can see that here on 4 Live Radar. Here's a look at Wayne County. You can see just north of Ford Road, got a couple of flakes that are flying here. Now, this is not shutting anything down, making it super slippery out there, but still just enough to keep us on our toes, especially in these areas of dark blue. A couple of snow showers that might be moving across the area, making visibility a little bit lower than what it normally would be. You can see that here north of Pontiac, around the Auburn Hills area, stretching into northern portions of Macomb County. So be on guard for that as we go over the next few hours. Mighty cold out there, whether it is snowing or not, 36 degrees, and it feels even more like winter with a wind chill of 27. Wind chills get even lower tonight. But sunshine comes back for tomorrow. Now, it still remains chilly. March Madness coming to Detroit, coming to the D over at LCA. The first game starts just after 12:30 in the afternoon. Before that, for tailgaters and fans, 35 degrees at 11 a.m., 40 degrees for a high, but with bright sunny skies during tomorrow afternoon. 32 right now for our friends around Pontiac. 30s also in your neighborhood. Only 35 right now for our friends over in Monroe. Many temperatures 5, 10, even more degrees below average. And the winds not helping at all. Even though it's in the 30s, it feels like it's in the 20s throughout most of southeast Michigan. And later on tonight, temperatures go down even further, believe it or not, into the teens and eventually single digits when we wake up on Friday. So winter coats are still needed. But the snow showers, any that are around now, they'll be clearing up by later this evening and by midnight. Clearing skies later tonight as high pressure moves in. That's the reason why we'll see so much sunshine, not only for tomorrow, but also on Saturday and Sunday. This area of low pressure tries to make it in here, but this high pressure is going to block it and keep it down to our south. So we're looking at a sun-filled weekend. And with all that sunshine, that does mean higher temperatures. But again, for tonight, if you're going out tonight, got all the watch parties, people heading to the sports bar for March Madness, 19 degrees overnight tonight and temperatures in the 20s before that. We're looking at sunset later this evening at 7:40. During the day tomorrow, we're out of the teens into the 20s up to around 40 degrees with mostly sunny skies for your Friday. Good way to round out a work week, right? Well, as we go into Saturday and Sunday, more wonderful conditions. St. Patrick's Day on Saturday, 45 degrees, near 50 degrees on Sunday. And chilly or not, Karen, we still have spring beginning next Tuesday at 12:15 in the afternoon. A chance of showers, but it certainly will feel nice to officially be into spring. Back to you.
It really will. Thank you, Andrew. March Madness in the office, why some experts say everybody wins. We have trending stories in a few minutes. But first, never try to rip off this bar owner. We will show you how he fights back. The painful consequences caught on camera. Next. The owner of this bar in Arizona takes dining and dashing very seriously, and you will see him take down 2 customers. Owner Frank Silverman says 6 people had dinner and drinks, running up a tab of $126. 4 of the people left. The last 2 customers tried to follow them without paying. Then they tried to fight Silverman. He took out a taser and let him have it. Shortly after, the police showed up and the 2 customers were arrested. They are facing charges of disorderly conduct and assault. All right, let's talk trending stories as Toys R Us prepares to liquidate. It might surprise you to know another bankrupt company is actually still doing business. We're talking about Blockbuster Video. We just found out there are still 7 Blockbuster Video stores in the country, 4 in Alaska, 2 in Oregon, and 1 in Texas. There are actually 5 in Alaska until this week when the North Pole location closed, but who knew Blockbuster Video still existed, see? Also trending, March Madness officially kicked off earlier today, and that means many of us will be trying to sneak a peek at our brackets over the course of the next 2.5 weeks. According to a new survey, about 62% of workers say they check scores while they're on the job. Some experts say that allowing workers to enjoy the games, even for a little bit, can boost office morale. Last year, more than 70 million brackets were filled out ahead of the tournament. And take a look at this. A massive Northern Lights display lit up the night sky over the Arctic Circle last night. These fast-moving auroras were seen in northern Finland just before midnight. The bright greens and whites and pinks could be seen dancing in the sky, clearly visible to the naked eye. The local photographer said these were the best auroras he's seen since last September. And moving back to our breaking news, we've been following this bridge collapse in Miami, Florida. The latest information when we come back.
A side of firefighters we never see.
I probably should have made it out of this fire.
Opening up about post-traumatic stress.
We're no different than someone on a battlefield. The death and the destruction that we witness.
A candid conversation about the stress and mental health of first responders. Tonight at 11.
It has been a devastating afternoon in Miami, Florida. Witnesses cannot believe what they saw. Several people are believed to be dead. More have been rushed to the hospital. This is what's happening right now. We are told that the bridge that collapsed earlier today weighs 950 tons. Removing it from the road is going to be a long process. Right now, no one knows exactly why the bridge collapsed. It was just installed on Saturday. The National Transportation Safety Board is sending investigators to the scene. The governor of Florida headed there as well. We are monitoring events, and you can get updates at clickondetroit.com, and we will have new information for you tonight on Local 4 News at 5. Thanks for spending part of your afternoon with us. Inside Edition is next.